Welcome back. NFL owners approving this week the sale of a 6% stake in the San Francisco 49ers at a record valuation of $8.6 billion. That number only underscoring how strong demand remains for entree into the league. I asked Commissioner Roger Goodell whether even he is surprised at the trajectory of team values during our conversation on Monday at CNBC's CEO Summit.
It's surprising to me in a lot of fronts in the context of how fast it's grown. But on the other hand, there's only 32 of these franchises. The business, I think it's a statement about the business model itself and the popularity of it. But you can't get caught up in that because that's, you got to look at the future. We're spending time and we focus on how is the operation going? Where are we in the future? And I think a lot of people are valuing our franchises because of the future. And that's what we want to see. And that's what we need to focus on.
With me now to discuss, senior CNBC sports reporter Mike Ozanian. Welcome. It's good to see you.
Good to see you, Scott.
So what's interesting here is Goodell hits the nail on the head, obviously. Scarcity, and now they have the private equity angle, and all of that continues to drive valuations up, as we learned yet again this week, and I feel like we learn each time a stake is sold.
Yeah, I think one reason why the commissioner's not totally surprised is because he predicted a few years ago the league was on track shortly to have $25 billion in revenue. When you look at that revenue figure, they are on track to meet that. You look at these multiples of revenue they're selling at, you're talking about an average team value eventually of over $7 billion fairly soon. You get to private equity. You also asked him in that interview, which you didn't play, which I saw, was would they be willing to consider raising the amount of private equity to be let in? Now, we've seen with the Celtics, 20% private equity limit. Reportedly, foreign investors coming in, Sixth Street coming in they're going to be the third largest investor. They have a 20% limit in the NBA. That helped get that to $6.1 billion record value. I think they will let in more, and I think that will push franchise values up even further.
The commissioner made some news with us telling me that they're going to approve soon yet another private equity firm. So they love what they've done, and they're going to obviously see more of it.
And I think these LP sales, while not necessarily indicative of what a control sale would go for, the order of these deals, $8.6 billion for the 49ers, $8.3 for the Eagles, and so on down the list, they do give you a good idea of the order these teams would be valued in a control sale. The Niners, great stadium, excellent football team, led the league in ticket revenue. The Eagles won the Super Bowl. Huge interest in these teams. Wait till foreign investors start to come in. I think that's one reason. Another topic you touched on was more international games. They allow foreign investors. There really haven't been any. Once they get that, that's going to also push up franchise values.
I mean, the schedule just happened, right? They've been so adept at making the NFL relevant almost every month of the year. So they released the schedule last week. They go 7 international games. That is the most ever. And the commissioner told me there are plans for many, many more. Listen.
The reason for it is I think the potential for us to grow is there. It's the greatest opportunity for growth. I mean, we already have 200+ million fans here in the States. So we're not giving up on the States and continuing to expand here. But the international is just, it's an open market for us. We're introducing the game. We're sharing our game. And the fans are reacting to it in an extraordinary way. So we're excited about our potential. Yes, I do see 16 regular season games. I think that will happen sometime in the very near future.
Imagine that, 16 regular season games. I think they continue to be, if not surprised, just wowed by the fact when they take these games overseas, the reception is unbelievable.
Yeah, and it's not just the fans you're trying to get more awareness with, obviously. It's the sponsors, right? So you look at the prices of NFL teams, they're higher than NBA teams, but the multiples of revenue that the NBA has been selling at their teams has been higher than the NFL. There's no accounting for that other than the fact that the NBA is more global. As the NFL gets more global awareness, their multiples and their valuations will increase.